Today we're smoking a beef brisket on the Masterbuilt vertical pellet smoker. We're going to start with 9 dry ingredients that we're going to blend together for our rub. Starting with paprika, garlic powder, onion powder, brown sugar, kosher salt, black pepper, cayenne pepper, cumin, red pepper flakes. Now we're going to blend and mix all of those dry ingredients together for a great tasting rub to put on both sides of our brisket. We have an 8-pound beef brisket that we've got the fat cap still on, and we've trimmed a little bit of the fat off of the top, and we're going to coat it with some Dijon mustard on both sides, as well as some Worcestershire sauce. And what that's going to do is give us some great flavor blended in with this brisket and hold our spices to the brisket. And we're going to take these dry seasonings and coat both sides of the brisket. Now, a lot of comments that you'll see online that people have is too much seasoning going on your brisket. You want to coat it enough to give you that nice bark, but you want to actually see the meat. Turn it back over for our fat cap, a little bit more seasoning, and place it onto our smoker rack. Head outside to the smoker. We're smoking our brisket on the Masterbuilt vertical pellet smoker. Now, I love this smoker because of the size, the capacity, the large viewing window. It has 6 racks with nearly 2,000 square inches of cooking space, which is great for cooking the briskets, ribs, and whatever you're smoking. Now we're gonna put our brisket on the bottom rack. We always recommend when you're adding new food, put it below any cooked food that you have. We've got some briskets that we've had on now for 8 hours. This is a 12-hour recipe total. We've got the internal temperature here at about 160 degrees. Now we're going to take that brisket off and we're going to wrap it in some aluminum foil. So we've had this on for 8 hours at 225 degrees. We're going to wrap it, but before we completely close this brisket up, we're going to add some apple juice to the brisket. That's going to give it a nice little sweet flavor and keep that brisket super moist. Just add about 5 ounces right inside of your aluminum foil, and we're going to double wrap this brisket. What that does, it allows us to get the internal temperature of this brisket up to 190 to 200 degrees. So the first round unwrapped is 150 to 160 degrees. The second round is up to 190 to 200 degrees. Now you want to take that same meat probe and go right through the aluminum foil into the meatiest part of that brisket, close the door, and let the magic continue. We're going to set the temperature to 225 degrees. We're going to set the timer to 12 hours. Then we're going to press the smoke button and program this to smoke for the first 2 hours. So our brisket is off the smoker, and again, it's been on for 12 hours, 8 hours wrapped, and 4 hours unwrapped. We got the internal temperature to 198 degrees for perfect tender and juicy results. So what is typically an intimidating recipe, as you can see, Masterbuilt has made it incredibly easy. I recommend that you smoke your next brisket on the Masterbuilt vertical pellet smoker. And for more amazing recipes, check us out at masterbuilt.com.